Welcome to Cohesive Friendship Unit. I'm Chris. I'm here with Brian,
What's going on?
Jeremy,
Yeah, what's up?
and Jake.
Hey guys.
Today we're going to be talking about, is Starfield in trouble? But real quick, please sub us if you love us. Subscription enters you for a chance to win some Steam codes. All right, let's get right into it. Basically, my thoughts are kind of two to three things. One, Fallout 76 came out. It was lackluster. Doesn't really matter how you look at it.
It's putting it mildly.
Yeah, that exactly. Like I'm trying to be forgiving, but no, it was not a good game. And two, they're beyond just software issues with the game and it just not being a good game. There were some kind of PR-ish disaster things happening with false advertising, happening with just multiple misinformation, just poor communication all throughout Bethesda. I'm talking about the canvas bag thing. I'm talking about the server thing, the beta testing thing, the pre-order nonsense, all that. There was a lot of bad history with that game. And the third thing is that might point towards Starfield not being as much of a darling as it once was, is we have Cyberpunk and the Outer World, and we've seen both of those games. And we have not seen Starfield, and both of those games look better than what Fallout 76 looks and looked like for sure. So, yeah, here we are. I just want to have an open discussion. We did a video on this like a year ago, and we were fairly optimistic then. And that was
Some of us were.
Well, in general, we were net more positive than negative. And now
Jeremy was bringing us back to reality.
Well, he always does that. And now we are now we're in this post Fallout 76 world, this post Cyberpunk We've Seen It world, this post Outer Worlds world. So yeah, where are we?
I don't know.
Deep
Fuck
dark
that game.
hell.
Fuck that
Fuck
game.
what game? You
Starfield.
Starfield. Who needs it? Fuck it.
So the Bethesda fan over here, X-fan.
Dude, I don't know, dude.
Ooh.
We'll see. I'm a fan of what they've made, except for 76, and like if it demonstrates some poor decision making, and I'm worried about the trajectory. So like my kind of acting assumption is that the new games are not going to be great,
So
especially since they're built on the same fucking shit tier engine.
Before someone else goes, let me ask you something real quick. You specifically,
You're
of the three, Fallout, Starfield, Outer Worlds, and Cyberpunk, is Starfield currently your least anticipated?
Well, yeah, I mean, so we don't know almost anything about Starfield, but kind of given the assumption that I just gave, and given that Outer Worlds I'm pretty excited for. I think that looks pretty great. And Cyberpunk looks, I haven't watched the full 40 minutes. I've watched some of it. It looks cool. I'm really enjoying The Witcher right now, so I have pretty high expectations for that too. So yeah, it's pretty far behind.
Okay, cool.
All right, here's my thought. Fallout 76 is the fucking iceberg that split the Titanic, with the Titanic being Bethesda.
True.
And now what you're seeing is, like, as soon as people start coming out and be like, from the team that brought you like such and such a game, when it would like everybody associates it with the company, you know that there's shit falling apart on the inside. And like, I don't know, I find it hard to imagine that what's going on, or like immediately after Fallout 76 launched and people are like, this is shit, like something has gone wrong here. I can't imagine that the reaction on the outside is like worse than what the reaction on the inside of that has been, and that's only reinforced with like all this stuff coming out. It's like, I'm the real Bethesda. No, I'm the real, like,
Yeah. I mean, yeah, no,
But
like, to reiterate.
What I think is important, and you go back to the Titanic for a minute, is all of the pieces of it sunk. You can't, like, if you're really quote unquote the real Bethesda and you want to be the spiritual successor to this company, because I mean, Fallout 76 was a blow, like probably a fatal blow in the long run. And you know, you have to stand on your own. If you want to say, oh, we were the genius that was behind this game, you have to come out with something that proves that and sets yourself apart from the 3 other guys that are saying that we're the real Bethesda. So, I don't know. I guess, like Jeremy said, we don't know anything really about Starfield. Like, it could be, like we were talking about beforehand, Skyrim in space, or the Elder Scrolls in space. I don't know why I always get those confused. Or it could be something completely different. We don't know anything, but I think whatever it is, it's important for them to go back to what made their older games good. If that's, you know, if they are quote unquote the real Bethesda, like, go back to what made the old games good, come out with something like that, and people will like it. People liked it in the past, it worked. So just stick to that. That's what your fans want.
Yeah, I think that with 76, they really can't hide behind their success with Skyrim and previous games. Fallout 3, Skyrim, Oblivion, in my opinion, they're all they float Bethesda into one of the best developers / publishers. But after 76, it just cast that big shadow of doubt over all their future releases, because everyone knew that Fallout 76 was going to be bad. There were doubts raised from the very beginning that it looks nothing like a Fallout game. And then it was shit, just like everyone predicted. It was worse than what everyone was predicting. So yeah, it's going to be a tough road for them.
My biggest concern with Starfield is since E3, and since we now know more about it since our last video, Todd Howard, who's generally the director of these big Bethesda projects, basically said that both Starfield and the Elder Scrolls 6 will be using the same engine that they've been using since Morrowind, which is used in Fallout 76, Fallout 4, Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 3.
Unacceptable.
Yeah, so, and I get it. Like, I get it. You can update engines, and you can push you can push more powerful hardware on those engines, and you can make things happen with those engines. But historically, and by historically I mean almost a decade and a half at this point, or actually more than a decade and a half at this point since they started using this engine, they have not proved that they are capable of utilizing hardware and utilizing an engine update to fix this engine's fundamental problems. In that, especially with Fallout 76, the game is just an absolute trash fire. It's a dumpster fire, and it's been getting worse. There wasn't anything too critical in Oblivion. Skyrim things were getting a little weird. Fallout things were getting totally ridiculous. And yeah, now the bugs, and everyone says, oh, the bugs are part of the Bethesda charm. Just let the mods fix it. Let the mod community fix it. That doesn't work.
That's
not the
for a
answer.
computer
Yeah.
program. It's not an old car, like.
Yeah. And
they spent a shit ton of money updating their engine to support multiplayer. I'm sure they're not going to be willing to spend a shit ton of money to make their engine work well.
Well, that's my point. It doesn't matter how much money it seems that they spend on this engine. It's still they've spent a lot of money on this engine in the last 15 years. Doesn't seem to have been getting better. Yeah. I mean, it has been getting better as far as like raw visuals, but at the end,
but not
of the day,
that. I mean, not that much.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, exactly.
It's not like the games are stunning.
Yeah,
well, we said it looked good. At least I said it looked good in our last Fallout 76 video.
I think the environments look good.
Yeah, and I said, oh, I'm sure they'll get it running at 4K 60 frames, and they can't even touch that.
No.
So.
And then you go back to like fundamental issues where like at least the physics is tied to the frame rate, so like you can't go above 60 frames, which is rather popular today, and you can't do widescreen support, all these like silly things. But that's currently my biggest issue with Starfield. A theoretical issue is the technology side more than anything. I think Fallout 76, they failed narratively because it was multiplayer, and I think if this is a single player game, which, you know, is yet to be totally firmly 100% confirmed, I think they'll at least go back to being competent at that. But technology-wise, I'm worried.
I think if it's a single player game, you'll see the return of what we kind of have expected from Bethesda. But honestly, like having been playing The Witcher for about 100 hours now, it's kind of making the Bethesda formula look not as attractive in retrospect. Like, I think that they do need to update what we expect from them. Like, I think you still want to see the kind of framework, but not just lazy kind of, Radiant quests and shit.
Yeah, I mean, we have
Not
The
no
Witcher.
fucking 100 copy pasted dungeons that all look the same.
We have Red Dead now. We have The Witcher now. We have bar's been pushed up quite a bit.
It's been raised a little bit.
Yeah. Especially after our last video, I've been playing a lot of Vermintide recently, and man, that game looks fantastic. And I mean, Fat Shark, the developer, I mean, it's not like they're no Bethesda, they're not that big, and even they can develop an engine homemade that runs well, hosts a shit ton of enemies at once, and does not have the performance of Bethesda engines. I mean,
Jake's Game of the
I
Year
don't know.
2018. I mean, shit, look at even No Man's Sky. That's a proprietary
No Man's
engine
Sky.
with like
Yeah.
12 people in it. It's like not that
Still-
far from Fallout 76. Like,
right,
you can
it's
see
depressing.
it, but yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we're all a little concerned, yeah?
Concerned, which is a shame because our last video we were so hype about Starfield, and now 76 crushed those dreams.
Well, yeah, actually, everyone who commented, because that's like one of our biggest videos on our channel, and everybody who commented seemed to be trending very, very positive on the, very excited for the game. And I do want people to comment again because I'm curious, like how the thought has changed.
Yeah. And to bring in a slightly positive note, I'm excited to see a new IP release from them, because Fallout and Elder Scrolls, they've been doing them a while. I'd like to see something new. So I like to see the refresh.
Yeah.
I guess I'm the only one. Sure.
I mean, it's, I don't know.
Well, I mean, Jeremy, you spent hundreds of hours in Fallout and Skyrim. I mean, do you want to see another Elder Scrolls game, or?
My preference would be another Fallout game. I'm so fucking mad about this one. But no, I'm generally in favor of new stuff. And especially Fallout, it feels like they've had more iterations. I know technically they haven't. I guess they have in 3D, but like the old games are so old that like who gives a fuck?
Yeah, I mean, since Bethesda's owned the IP, they've had 3 entries.
Yeah, and they've essentially had 3 kind of modern. We're really just 2. I don't know. I'm generally favoring the new. So it'll be cool unless it's bad. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right. I think we're good. This is
We're sad.
Well, yeah.
We're sad.
Hopefully
Just
Todd,
saying what needs to be said.
Hopefully Todd can come in strong.
More like God.
Come in at the 11th hour. Yeah.
More like God, Howard.
We're at the 11th hour.
Galaxy
All right.
brain.
Brian, if our viewers wanna learn more about Starfield, what should they do?
Yeah, I mean, if you're hoping that this will be the first real AAA space opera to come out, and you think we're completely off the mark, go ahead and hammer your thoughts on that down in the word box there. And while you're at that, you might as well click on the little like button there, because you know you like this video. You know you did. And I'm not going to say ringy dingy because I'm sick of saying it. I'm sick of it.
2019, new year, new you.
Yeah, new year, new me. You should still subscribe to the channel, though, because we're doing all sorts of cool shit. And we give away stuff. So, what do you got to lose? It's just a click. So click it, won't you? Thank you.
All right,
That's
thanks.
all. And smoke them if you got them, guys. That hasn't changed either. That's all for me tonight.
Some things never change.
War never changes. All right, thanks, Brian. We will catch you guys next time.